Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, we're going to have a little fun with the D100 out here. We're going to do a compression check, and I want to show you what the results are. I don't know, I haven't done it yet. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cold start here just to show you how much this thing smokes. It's using a lot of oil. So I'm going to set the camera up, do a cold start. You can see how much it's actually smoking when you first start it up, and then I'm gonna move it down here to get it warmed up, and then we'll do a compression check. Alrighty, so we're gonna let it warm up right there for a minute, get my tools while it's warming up, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I got the truck warmed up, got the first plug pulled. I just started with number 1 over here, and the plug don't look too bad. They look relatively new. It does have some oil. Ooh, it's still hot. Got some oil around the threads, so it's most definitely leaking oil. You got some oil up here and all the way down through here. You got some soot down here, but the rest of it don't look bad. Like, I don't really see a lot of oil deposits. Yeah, there's a little bit down here, but I mean, I knew it was leaking, so got everything hooked up here. I got the coil unhooked, so it shouldn't start. I'm gonna set the camera up right here, and I'm gonna crank it from inside the cab. We're gonna do a wide open throttle compression test. That's actually really good. So let me go ahead and do the next one. I think if that's really good compression. So let me see what the others are, and we will kind of see if we got maybe like one ring is bad, it's causing smoke, or it very well could be coming from the valve seals. So if all of them look like that, we know we don't have a ring issue. That's pretty good. Alrighty, so this plug here has a lot more oil in the threads. Everything else looks good, but there's a lot more oil in the threads than that other one. So let's get our tester in it, and we'll check this cylinder. Alrighty, cylinder number 2. Well, actually 3, but second one for us. It's about right the same as the other one, so it's pretty good compression. I'm not gonna worry about that back one just yet because it's hard to get to. We'll jump over the other side and get the first 2 in them. so as you can see, we've checked all of them. That's the last cylinder, which is cylinder number 2, that we haven't checked. Except for the last one back there in the back. I'm not gonna worry about it because it's really hard to get to, and I really don't care that much. But this right here is by far the lowest so far, and it's I mean, it's not bad, but it's lower than the rest. We've been getting about 160, 165, and this one's reading about 145. So it's a little bit lower. It could be a dirty valve or something there just keeping it open. I'm going to leave this compression on it for a minute. I'm going to leave the gauge hooked up for a minute and kind of watch for bleed down. I'm actually going to reset it, do it again, and then I'll watch for bleed down while I put everything else back together. So let's go ahead and do it again. It's right on 140, so let's get everything else tied back up and we'll come back and check on it. Alrighty, so it's been about 5-6 minutes. I put them other 2 plugs and wires back on. It hasn't bled down any, so it could be a leaking valve or something, or it could be just a ring that's causing that one just to get a little less compression. But I mean, that's nothing to worry about for me. Like I said, this motor's not staying here for very long anyway. I do want to leave it in here long enough to get what I want to get done to it and drive it around and enjoy it a little while before I do the swap, because I do plan on painting the dart first. So this motor is going to last at least that long, and I'm pretty confident with that compression that it'll be fine. I just gotta figure out these oil leaks or this oil burning. So I'm pretty confident it's coming from the valve seats or the valve seals. Alrighty, I'm gonna get the last plug put back in it, and I'm gonna start it up and let it run for a little while because my battery's running just a little low from where I've cranked it over so many times, and that actually may be affecting that compression a little bit too. It is turning over just a little bit slower. It's not slow by no means, but it's slower than it was on the first 5, so, or first 4. So or no, 5, yeah. So that was the 5th. So it could be that could have a little bit to do with it, but I don't think so, because I mean, I did crank it over twice and it was the same both times. So the second time was slower than the first. So all right, let's get this thing put back together and we'll get it running again. All right, I got everything put back together. Let's start it back up. Alright, so here's something I want to do real quick. I dug in the shop and found some plug wires. I got 2 that the ends were broken off of. I mean, they still sound like they're firing to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. Look at this gem I found here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me find it again. Here it is. I don't know if it's gonna show up, but this is a original Mopar wire. I don't know where I got that from, but we're gonna put it on this truck. I always keep plug wires that are still functioning whenever I do plugs and wires. If I got anything that's broke, I throw them away. But if I got any that's still, you know, got all the ends and they still function, I always keep them just for situations like this. I don't want to go buy a whole set just for, you know, 1 or 2 wires. One thing else I want to take care of today is that PCV line. I put the valve in a week or so ago, but I found a piece of line. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in today too. Alrighty, so that hose I got is not going to work. It's not quite long enough, and the end's cracked, so it ain't gonna stay on anyway. So we'll go ahead and scratch that idea, and we'll just find another hose. But that's all the time we got for today. We got a compression check done, and so I'm pretty happy with the results, honestly. That one cylinder is a little low, but other than that, I'm happy with it. So I mean, I say I can get a little, you know, a little time out of that motor and drive it around and enjoy it until I get the 360 ready for the swap. Alrighty, that's all for today. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Appreciate you watching.